should do some twist release. Yeah. Should we do just some twist release and then some lower body leg stretchy as well? Cool. Some prawns on skewers. Shrimp on the barbie. The intention of the class this evening is to put the shrimp on the barbie. It's been a long day. Okay. Let's start seated with a deep breath in. And release the breath. And close your eyes if it feels comfortable too. And start to dial up your breath. Let it weave into the body and feel it move as wide into your ribs as you can find. And pull in the sound of that ujjayi breath, like you're sighing. It's easier to find on the exhale, that more audible tone to your breath. And see if you can keep that opening around the back of the throat then as you inhale too. Depending on the requirement of our breath, I'll guide that to be in different forms. So when we're working gentle cardio, then a soft nasal breathing feels appropriate for the energy. When we're working more strength engagements, exhaling through the mouth can give you more efficiency. And when we're dialing in the mind to the body, to the spirit connection, this ujjayi, more audible breath is more connected. So take a few more rounds, weaving that through. If the eyes are lightly shut, then bring your focus point to the center of your forehead. If you can soften across your brow. And bring the awareness to the crown of the head and try to elevate up a little taller through the space. So you feel if there were a light shining through the crown of your head, it would drop through the center of your head, through the center of your throat, through the center of your chest, and all the way down the torso to the center of your pelvis and into the ground. Visualizing the breath coming in through the nose and all the way down that plumb line to the base of the pelvis. And as you exhale, weave the breath back up the torso and out through the nose. Inhale again, travel the breath through the nose, down the torso to the base of the pelvis. And exhaling back up and out through the nose. Inhale through the nose, down to the base. And exhaling back up and out through the nose. Inhaling through the nose, down to the base. And exhaling up and out through the nose. Couple more the same. Inhaling through the nose, down to the base. Exhaling up and out through the nose. Inhaling through the nose, down to the base. Exhaling up and out through the nose. And bring the hands together at your heart space. Interlace the fingers and press the palms out in front of you. Tuck the chin towards your chest. Keep pressing through the skin of the hands. Take a deep breath into upper back. And stay in this rounding as you exhale, hug belly in. Press the palms up to the ceiling above your head. Take a big breath into the sides of your body. And exhale, let the hands come around and down to your side. So fingertips just lightly land to the floor, away from your body as far as they can reach. And drop your left ear towards the left shoulder, just straight across to the side. You can push into the floor through your right fingertips. And then keeping your center finger on the ground, turn the rest of the palm to face the front, so face me. And feel that shoulder then be rolled open by that rotation. And take another deep breath in. And deep breath out. Soften the tension, roll the chin down to your chest. And take the head across towards your right shoulder, so ear to shoulder. Push into the ground through your left fingertips. Keeping one finger on the ground, turn the palm to face the front of your mat. Good. So you feel the shoulder is rolled open. Take a big breath in. Deep breath out. And slowly roll the chin down, release the tension. Let's give the shoulders a shrug towards your ears with an inhale and rolling them back and down as you exhale. Take your left leg out to half straddle, right heel either tucked in or wrapped behind your hip. And keeping the left hand just straight to your side, right arm lifting up to the ceiling, and just pause there in that reach up. Actually, just lift both arms up towards the ceiling. So you're lifting both sides of your torso as tall as you can. Now pausing into here, take a couple of big breaths as wide into your ribs as you can sense. So feel into these lats around the side body. I think we worked in lats the other day. Your latissimus dorsi at the side, like your bat wings that hold us strong. I bang on a lot about this wrapping of the shoulder blades, this muscle that hugs down the sides of your ribs. Actually attaches from your lower back all the way through the side of your ribs, kind of underneath the shoulder, and attaches to the front of the shoulder bone. Seems to have come into a lot of queries this week, this sort of idea of the lats running all the way along to the front. So when this space gets tight, it can roll the shoulder forwards. If this band is pulling tight here, it's going to hug the shoulder round this way, which makes the chest feel quite tight and affects the rest of the line of the posture. So let's open out more of the side of the body. It's also going to then, because it releases down to the lower back, help release down the lower legs as well. So it's a bit of an attachment point through upper and lower body. Just take one more big breath in as you extend up through your lats. As you exhale, then lean towards the left-hand side. Take the left hand to the floor when you can't go any further, and continue reaching as long as you can through both sides of your torso. So with that hand on the floor, almost like you're tractioning the ground towards you again. So it's going to lift this side of the ribs away from the pelvis a little bit, like you're trying to unscrunch the left side of your torso too. Good. Now hold the back of your head. Let the head be held in that clasp of your hands into that brain cradle, and then reach further up with the elbow. If it feels more comfortable for your shoulder, the elbow comes forwards instead, but you're using the upper arm bone to pull the right lats a little bit longer. So you're reaching as long as you can. So take a big breath into that right side. And as you exhale, sit heavier into your right sit bone. So push down through the hips and up through that elbow. Take another fully expansive breath. Now try to direct the movement of your breath into the back of your rib cage. And exhale the front of the ribs in. So even as you just visualize that, again, breathe into the back of your rib cage. And exhale the front of your ribs in. And round your elbow towards your left knee. Just start to look down to your outstretched leg. And then let the hand come to the floor. So you've got one hand either side of your front leg. If it feels more comfortable for your back to just shift the hips around to face the toes a little bit, feel free to nudge yourself round. And now roll your ankle that you're looking at a couple of times going one way and a couple of times the other. Good. And then keeping the foot flexed so the toes curl back towards you. Bend the knee and try and scrunch the heel in. Push the heel into the floor so you feel this hamstring is switched on. So dig the heel into the ground for a couple of seconds. Breathe in. And as you exhale, re-lengthen the leg. Lengthen the hamstring. Now again, scrunch the knee in, push the heel into the floor until you feel the hamstring is on. And then exhale, switch it off again, lengthen it out. One more time, curl the toes back, pull the knee in and push the heel down into the floor. And then let it go again, re-lengthen your leg back out. And then lifting the body back up, keep the legs as they are, spiraling around the other way. So left hand to your right knee. And without there being any force or pressing to it, take a deep inhale into the back of your ribs. And soften the front ribs down. Now bring the shoulders back to the center. Come into a half lotus if it's comfortable, or cross legs with the left leg in front if that's more steady. But see if that left leg can come into the fold of your hip. Okay, no need to force that at all if it feels uncomfortable for ankle or knee. Cross legs is also fine. Let's take the left hand on top of your shoulder and the right hand wrapping underneath the back of the ribs. Now turn your head towards your right shoulder and your torso towards the left side of the room. So head to the right, body to the left. Now breathe in through your mouth. So you scoop the breath in and out through the mouth. In, out, in, out. Come back through the center. And then turn your head towards the left and your torso towards the right. In through the mouth. Out. Feel the breath press into the back ribs. In. Out. In. Out. Bring the shoulders back to the center and untangle the arms. Take the legs to untangle. Both legs out in front of you, straight, so about hips width apart with your feet. Good. Take the hands forwards, little bend in the knees. You bow over the legs. Curl the toes back towards you for a couple of breaths. So feel that stretch through the calves a little bit too. Just let the body stop wherever it wants to stop. Breathe into the back of your ribs and soften the front of your ribs in. Slowly unraveling the body. Take the right leg out to more of a half straddle and the left heel tucked in. Yeah. Both arms lifting up. We take about 4 breaths through that reach through the side body. So using your arms, lift the rib cage. Good. Just take out any feeling of back bending into it, just like your hands are trying to touch the ceiling straight above you. Good. Stay active with it. Activate your outstretched foot as well. Spread light between the toes. Breathe wide into the ribs. Feel the lats at the side body active through to the lower back, right through towards your shoulders. Good. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, leans you across to the side of the room. And then the right hand comes down. Keep reaching over, keep reaching over, keep reaching over. You try to visualize that band of muscle coming through the side of your ribs, through to the front of that shoulder, and all the way down towards your lower back. You send your breath to move into that space. Holding the back of your head. Good. Using the upper arm bone to continue reaching. Pull the ribs with your upper arm bone. And then turning the elbow towards the underneath knee, and the hand comes down either side of your front foot. Either side of your front leg. Sorry. Again, shift your hips around if that feels more comfortable for your back or your hips. Let the body just fold into it gently for a moment. Relax the shoulders. Take off any pressure or expectation or matter from it. Just feel where that edge stops you on this side. Breathe into the back of the ribs. And soften front ribs in. And then lift the chest up slightly. Bend this front knee so you pull the thigh towards you. Flex the foot and dig the heel into the ground so you feel the hamstring is on. And as you exhale, let the hamstring relax and re-lengthen. Good. A couple more times. Bend the knee, so pull the heel and thigh towards you. Dig the heel into the ground. And then exhale, relax it and re-lengthen. And one more time. Flex the foot, curl the knee in and dig the heel into the floor as hard as you can. And exhale to relax it. And slowly bring the body back up and taking your spiral around the other way. So you're turning the right hand to your left knee, left hand behind without there being any force to it. Breathe into the back of the rib cage. And soften into the spiral as you exhale. One more breath. Slowly coming back through to the center, and then option to have that half lotus with the right ankle on top of the left hip or into cross legs if that's fine for you. Okay, so the right hand is holding the left shoulder and the left hand is holding underneath it. It's very complicated. The head turns that way, your left shoulder, and the body turns towards your right. So again, 3 scoops in through the mouth. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. Switch sides, body to the left, head to the right. Breathe in. Out. In. Out, twist further. In. Out. Bring the body back to the center and untangle. Take the fingertips behind you. Again, uncross your legs, both out in front. Good. This time, just keeping the feet about hips width. Take your left ankle over the right one. So they're slightly on one side of the mat. So don't bring them into the center. Good. Hands then come forwards. Let the feet relax and walk your hands down to fold yourself through to the legs again. You're getting a slightly deeper stretch on one leg than the other, perhaps. Can you let your shoulders stay out of the equation? Your long inhale. And easy exhale. Slowly rolling up through the spine and switch that over. So separate the feet to hips width apart and then taking the right ankle over the left one. Good. Lift up through lower back and then lengthen it forwards. Relax the feet and relax the torso over as best it will. And check in with the shoulders and with the neck. And deep breath in. And deep breath out. Slowly roll the body back up again and uncross the legs. Good. Bring the knees in towards you. Rock the legs side to side a couple of times. Take it down onto your back from there. Actually, while you're seated, I'm going to show you the side lying now. So we'll take both blocks with us. I think how I did this the other day. So one block is going to go under your head. If you want a higher block than this, then we grab another one or a blanket or something. Okay, so we have a pillow block and a thigh block between the thighs. Obviously, the legs are at a 90 degree. So we start with the arms out the sides. Underneath side of your torso is also active, so we're not sinking into the lats. These stay quite active. And we'll do a little test run of this arm opening back. So we have a comparison one side to the other with how it feels. When we feel where that arm just wants to stop this evening, and there's no right or wrong, as you know now, with these fascia release things, they can change day by day. So some days you feel it loads, some days you feel not much at all difference.
I'll then bring you down and activate into certain areas of the body across the chest, and then see if that is able to release a little bit more. And then we'll try the other side as well. And then we'll do some kind of delicious abdominals in there as well in the mix. So let's start laying. Our majority goes with laying on the right-hand side. Sorry, Ariel. One block under your head and one block between your thighs. Reach both arms out in front of you. So we're going to switch on the intercostals a little bit first too. So both arms are stacked, one on top of the other. That's it, good. And have your feet in the same alignment as your thighs are. So your upper foot is going to be stacked over your underneath one. Good. Reach the arms out in front. So again, the hands are also kind of floating apart from each other, shoulder width. Good. Now, staying where you are, can you lift up the underneath side of your waist a little bit? Take a big breath in. Now, blow the breath out through the mouth. Feel the front of your ribs knitting in as you reach forwards through that upper arm. So you're not bringing the shoulder forwards, but just think go, go, gadget arm goes longer. Good. Inhale into the back and side of your ribs. As you exhale, reach forward through those fingertips, pull the rib cage in and squeeze your legs into the block. Inhale, lift that left hand up to the ceiling and then reach it overhead towards the back of the room first. So not the way I just showed you, but over towards it. So you're opening across the side of the body. So you're going overhead, bicep to ear. Deep breath into side body. Exhale, squeeze the block, pull front ribs in and reach those left fingertips to the back of the room as far as they'll reach. If your fingertips touch the ground, use the floor to push into a little bit. Good. Inhale, soften the tension. Take about 2 more breaths there. So exhale, keep the shoulders stacked one on top of the other. Bring the upper shoulder forwards a little bit this way, but the arms still going back. So this stays here. Oh, okay. That goes back. Yep. That's it. Good. If it helps to blow the breath out of your mouth, press the fingertips into the floor, the ribs pull in. Good. Do one more. Deep breath into side body. Blow the breath out, squeeze into the block and push your fingertips into the ground. Good. Inhale, lift the left hand up to the ceiling and then just let it relax back behind you. Good. Just feel into where the tightness is across the shoulder. So you let the shoulder roll open without too much of the ribs going for now, without the hips kind of being pulled into it too far. Good. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, fold yourself back over again. Take your blocks away, both of them. And just pop them out to one side. You'll need your grey block at the back of your mat in a moment, so kind of leave them where they are. Now stack your legs, stay on your side, interlace the hands together around the back of your head. Good. Stavri on Zoom, I'll just show you a couple and then I'll move. So take a breath in, your elbows are folding around the side of your head. As you exhale, lift your heels away from the floor and then lift your elbows up as well. So elbows reach up towards your heels. This is your prawn move. Yep. Good. Inhale, let yourself unravel back to your side. Exhale again, lift the heels, lift the elbows, like your elbows and heels are trying to touch one another. Keep elbows pulling forwards, 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 forwards. Inhale, unravel. Keep it going with your breath about 2 or 3 more rounds. Exhale, lift the heels, lift the elbows. You want to feel this whole side body switch on, the side of your waist, maybe even into the lats as well. Inhale, let it unravel. Exhale again, squeezing up. Inhale, unravel. Great. One more time. Exhale, squeezing up. Hold, 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 hold. Keep it on as much as you can. Lift the heels up higher. Lift the elbows closer towards your feet. Inhale, unravel and just stay at your side. Relax completely. And reach the hands back out towards your, oh no, not yet. Come into all fours. Just turn to face the back of your mat. Have your grey block underneath your left hand. Good. So we're just pausing on all fours and a block underneath your left hand. Right hand is on the floor next to it. Okay, so you're staying as you are. I'm just going to direct your breath. So a real proprioception or interoceptive awareness of where your breath is moving. As you inhale, breathe into the back of your left shoulder, even if you visualize it move there. Exhale, soften the front of the ribs in. Inhale to the back of your left shoulder. Exhale, soften front ribs in. Now go with me on this. Inhale to the back of your left shoulder and roll the activation to your right pecs, the front of your right chest. And then exhale the ribs in. Feel into that again. Inhale up to the back of your left shoulder and then feel right pecs switch on. Exhale, soften front ribs in. One more time. Inhale to the back of your left shoulder and right chest switches on. And exhale. Lay back on your right hand side again. Take that grey block as your pillow. Both arms reaching out the way that you're facing. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling and let it drop back behind you once more. Take a breath or two into it and just see if that, whoa, loads more difference for some of you. Can see if that gives you a little bit more release. And notice that shoulder has opened on all of you without your hips budging at all. The magic of breath movement now. Take a deep breath in where you are, and as you exhale, slowly fold that back over again. Roll onto your back, knees bent. Good. Take the block away from behind your head, lift it up towards the ceiling. That's it. So hold a block in the hands. If you have one, stop it, or just miming if you don't. Good. Feet up off the floor, perfect. Good. Keep the head on the ground. Back of the neck stays long, jaw stays relaxed. We take a breath in. As you exhale, send your right foot up to the ceiling. Now imagine each foot is going to go along 4 steps. Bend the knee, inhale. Exhale, send your left foot up to the ceiling. This is step 1. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, send the right foot the next step lower down. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, left foot 1 step lower down. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, right foot 1 step lower down again. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, left foot to that same step. Inhale, bend the knee. Right foot brushes along the floor. Keep lower belly trying to pull to the ground. Inhale, bend the knee. Left leg lowers along the ground. Inhale, bend the knee. Climb our way back up again. Exhale, right leg low along the ground. Inhale, bend the knee. Left leg low along the ground. Inhale, bend the knee. Climb up a step with right leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Left leg. Inhale, bend the knee. Right leg, next step up. Inhale, bend your knee. Left leg, same step. Inhale. Right leg to the ceiling. Inhale. Left leg to the ceiling. Inhale, take both feet down to the floor and that block all the way back behind your head. Roll over onto your left side. Let's get this side done. The grey block underneath your head and another block between your thighs. Hands reaching out in front of you. Switch on the ribs at all angles we can find to begin. So legs are stacked. The top leg is floating above the underneath one. Perfect. Flex the feet so legs are active. That's it. Good. Perfect. So we stay pretty still to begin, just inhaling into the side body. As you exhale, reach your upper arm forwards, pull the front of your rib cage in. Let that one relax down underneath. Good. Inhale. Exhale, pull front ribs in. Send your legs a bit further down so you're not too scrunched in. And reach forwards through the upper hand. Big breath in. One more the same. Exhale, push into my hand here. Inhale, lift the hand up to the ceiling and then over your head, biceps to ear, so your hand reaches towards the floor. Maybe your fingertips touch the ground. Don't worry if they don't. Take a deep breath into side body. Exhale, press fingertips into the floor. Lift that shoulder forwards a little bit. Pull the front of your rib cage in. Almost like you're tucking the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale again. Squeeze the block. Pull front ribs in as you press the fingertip into the floor. One more time. Exhale, squeeze in. Good. Inhale, lift the hand up towards the ceiling and just let the arm reach back behind you. Again, without any expectation or need from it. Let that leg relax down here. Good. Notice where the tension points are. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the arm all the way overhead again. Take your blocks away. Stack the feet and wrap the hands around the back of your head into brain cradle. So elbows stay quite close to your temples. Good. Breathe in to elongate the upper side of your body. As you exhale, lift your heels up, lift the elbows up. Elbows and heels try to touch. Inhale, let it reopen. Exhale, lift your heels, lift the elbows, feel the side of your body scrunch on. Inhale, let it open. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze up. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, squeezing up. Inhale, let everything just flop at your side here. And then reaching the upper arm up and open the shoulder back out again when you're ready. See how it feels. I know, not yet, so we'll go to the mid-range test. Slowly bring it back over. Let's come to all fours, so facing the back of the mat, and let's see how it feels after this as well. Good. So you have the block underneath your right palm, slightly elevated. Spread the palm open. Now take a deep breath into the back of your right shoulder. Exhale, soften front ribs in. Good, focus it. Inhale into the back of your right shoulder. Exhale, soften the front ribs inwards. Inhale into the back of that right shoulder and then switch on the left pecs. Exhale, soften front ribs in. Inhale to back of the right shoulder and switch on left chest. Exhale, soften front ribs in. One more. Inhale to the back of the shoulder and roll the breath across. Exhale, soften the ribs in. Lay back on your sides. Take that block under your head. Arms reaching out in front of you. Let's do one more test on this side. So when you're ready, upper arm lifts up and then let it drop back behind you. Cool. Use an exhale to bring the arm all the way back over. Well done. Come back onto your back. We're set up for bridge from here. Have your blocks in reach of you. Set the heels in front of your sit bones and arms just resting at your sides. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the hips up away from the ground. Pausing into it for a few breaths. Root into your feet. So you feel if you had a dot on your heels, that would be digging into the floor. If you had a dot on the ball of the foot nearest the big toe, the inner arch sort of foot, then press that into the floor. And if you had a last dot around the little toe edge of the ball of the foot, press that into the floor as well. So you have this sort of triangle of the foot rooting into the mat. And lengthen more space around the front of your hips. So tuck the tailbone a little bit so your front ribs can open. Now taking just a low block, grey block underneath your pelvis and roll the spine back down into the floor, so the block. Bring the right knee in towards your chest, hug it in towards you and send the left leg away down the mat. And your outstretched left leg might be resting to the ground or hovering wherever it gives you the nicest sense of opening. Breathe down into the lower left part of your abdomen. You feel the part of the abs move into the hip flexor. Now slide the left foot to the ground and send the right foot up to the ceiling from wherever hamstring stretch. Circle the ankle going one way as you breathe in and roll it the other way as you breathe out. Now bend the knee so heel sinks down as you inhale and exhale, kick the heel back up to the ceiling. Couple more times. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, kick the heel up. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, heel up. Holding that one straight. If it isn't already, bring the left foot back to the floor so knee is bent. And then take it into figure of four. So ankle comes across to the thigh. Bring the legs in towards you, holding the back of your left thigh now. So thread the hand through to hold the left leg. Good, and let the pelvis roll in towards you. So the block helps you sort of feel a bit more lifted up in the pelvis, giving you that tractioning more into the lower back as well. If your elbow meets the inner thigh here, then use your elbow to push the thigh further away from you and use your hands to bring the ankle further towards you. And slowly untangle the feet. Let's unravel them straight back flat to the ground and lift your hips back up to bridge again. Now this time, dip the hips down to tap that block as you inhale. And exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips back up again. Inhale, dip the hips down. Exhale, squeeze the glutes to lift. 3 more. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, hips down. Exhale, hips up. Slowly bring the hips all the way back down to the floor. Bring the left knee in towards your chest, hands around the knee or the shin. Slide the right leg away from you. Keep pushing quite actively through that leg, but it doesn't matter if it's on or off the floor. Wherever you feel the longest through your right leg. Send your breath or imagine your breath moving into the lower right part of your abdomen. If you can visualize the space between your hip bone and your pubic bone, you have this inguinal ligament that connects with your breath and connects the sort of lower part of the abdominals towards the hip flexor. It should move as you breathe. And then sliding the right foot to the ground. Send the left foot up to the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. Hold the back of the thigh. Circle your ankle one way as you inhale. Roll through that calf muscle. And exhale, circle it the other way. Keeping the foot lightly flexed. Bend the knee, sink the heel, breathing in. And as you exhale, lift the heel back up again. Bend the knee, inhale. And lift the heel back up again. One more, inhaling. Exhale. And if it isn't already, bend the right knee. So if it is grounded, to come into your figure of four. Bring the legs in towards you so you get that back release through the glute stretch. Let the weight of the pelvis curl in towards your body. So hold the back of your right thigh. Good. Relax your shoulders back. Sounds odd, but open your mouth as big as you can. And then let the face go floppy. And again, open it as big as you can. And let it go floppy. One more, open. And let it go floppy. Take another breath in now. And then exhale, untangle the legs. Both feet come back to the floor. Take the block away from underneath your pelvis. Let the hips come back flat to the ground. Heel toe your feet open as wide as the mat is, so even toes just slightly off the mat. Drop both knees over to the right side. So you have your left knee dropping closer towards the mat. You could nudge your heel, left heel, further round towards your buttocks. See if you can nudge it round, or the hand can grab a hold of the foot if it's comfortably in reach. So you want that knee to try and come away from the center, more to the outer part of the room. So if you're in the studio, your foot opens more, the knee opens more to the window side of your mat. And then reach that left knee further forwards, away from your torso, and downwards then towards the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, can you relax the back of your ribs and your forehead if that's scrunched on? Reach the left arm all the way back behind your head. So that whole left line from the knee, through the hip, through the side body, through the arm is elongated. Let the breath weave its way in. Bring both arms out to the sides in line with your shoulders and slide that left knee across to meet the right one. So you're at a sort of reclined twist. Knees stacked, arms out wide. The hips have rolled. Try to keep the left shoulder grounded. If it's comfortable with your neck, so turn your head towards your left hand. You can turn the head away. Good. Take a deep breath in while you and exhale. Gently unwind the legs, so the knees come back into the center. And then reset the feet just slightly wider than your mat is. Drop both knees over to the left side of the room and try and open that right thigh out a little bit wider. If it's comfortable to tuck your heel towards your sit bone, tuck that around. And then reaching your right knee away from your torso any further. And then downwards towards the mat a little further. Take a deep breath in and try to soften the back of your ribs and your forehead. I know to cue that because my forehead always scrunches on that one too. Lift the right arm back behind your head. And feel for that line from your right knee through the thigh, through the hip, through the side body, all the way up through that arm. Feel lengthened out. And see if your breath can move in as you're stretching the body from the inside out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, slowly take the arms wide and take both knees to stack, one on top of the other over to the left there. And turning the head over towards your right hand. Try to keep the right shoulder grounded. So think that shoulder blade slipping down the back of the ribs. Slowly lifting the knees back up to the center. And keep the arms wide. Pick the feet up off the floor and knees are stacked, squeezing towards each other, sorry. So take a breath in here at the center. Now, as you exhale, shush the breath out through the mouth. Drop the knees towards the right side of the room. Shh. Inhale, pick the feet back up again. Shush the knees the other side. Shh. Feel the ribs, hold the legs strong. Inhale, pick the legs up. Exhale, shush to the right. Shh. Inhaling up. Shush to the left. Inhaling up. Now pause here at the middle. Take a breath out. Switching the breath over. So as your knees drop over to the right, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. And then shush the knees back up to the center. Shh. Inhale, knees fall to the left. Exhale, the knees back to the center. Shh. One more of each. Inhale, knees to the right. Feel the ribs expand. Exhale, squeeze the legs back up. Shh. Inhale, knees to the left. Exhale, the knees back up. Shh. Take the feet to the floor and soften. Roll your way over to any side. Bring your way upright to an all fours position. Tuck the toes underneath you. Come straight in towards a downward facing dog. Paddle through the feet a good few times. Stretch through the calf muscles. Good. I'll take a little bend into your knees so tailbone and sit bones reach higher up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, draw the heels back down towards the floor again. Lengthen the back of the legs. Good. Now bend just your right knee a little bit. Keep the left heel drawing down towards the ground. So left leg is really straight. And then imagine you're even flexing that left foot so the toes sort of curl up from the mat. Your heel is drawing downwards and the left toes try and curl upwards. So push down a little bit further here and then try and lift the toes up like you're really flexing the foot. Good. Do you feel that thigh switch on a little bit too? Great. Good. Hold into it. Then lift your left sit bone further up towards the ceiling. So heel is drawing down. Toes are trying to peel up. And the sit bone pulling up. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, then switch the legs over. So drive the right heel down. Pull the toes up slightly. Thigh is switched on and the sit bone pulls up. Good. Deep breath in. Soft bend in both knees. Roll forwards to your plank position. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the body all the way down into the ground. Lift the chest to low cobra as you inhale. And come low to the ground as you exhale. Take it back into all fours as you breathe in. Exhale, come back to child's pose. Come back into all fours, pausing there. Tuck the knees together. Take the hands out forwards to your puppy stretch. Sink the chest down. Take the weight further forwards into your hands and see if the toes can lift up away from the floor. So you pull the heels up towards your sit bones. Spread the palms wider into the floor, but push more into the little finger edge of your hands so you feel that lats are working. The side of your body is working. Now, deep breath in through your nose. Shush the breath out through the mouth. Shush. Feel the ribs really squeezing in towards your center. Take 2 more breaths with that. Big breath in, breathe wide. Shh. Big breath in, breathe wide. Shh. Bring yourself back up over the wrists into all fours, hands under the shoulders. Come back into your downward facing dog. Stepping right leg forwards, so lift it through between the hands. Come into a low lunge, back knee down. Maybe take your cork block or a block around the outside of your right leg, so on the right side of your mat. Start it on the highest height, on the right side. Both arms lifting up towards the ceiling. Use your arms to telescope the ribs upwards and then exhale, soften the ribs in and drop the tailbone down. So you've got this plumb line going from the fingertips all the way down to your underneath knee. Take hold of your left wrist. Lift it up even further and then lean yourself towards the right side of the room without your front leg traveling with you. So keep front big toe pushing down. Good. So again, feel that opening through the side body, through your lats. Can you send your breath into it to open it out a little bit more? Good. And now just a little subtle nudge of the chest looking up, so the front of the rib feels more open. And then just a little nudge leaning forwards into it, so the back of the rib feels open. So it doesn't need to be a very big movement, but feel into where it wants to go. Inhale, think front ribs look up. And exhale, back ribs open. One more time. Inhale, so sort of moving around the side of the lat. Exhale. Now come back to that center point somewhere in between. Let the right hand come down to find your block. You can lower it down a level or 2 if it feels good to, and keep tilting yourself across to the side of the room. Good. Let the weight of the head dangle into it if it feels more comfortable for your head or your shoulder. So bring in that brain cradle again. So the hand holds the head there. Let that come through if it feels more comfortable. Nice. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, both hands are going to come forwards to the inside of your front foot. Take the front foot wider and sink the hips forwards. Take the back leg further away. Open it out into more of your lizard lunge. Good. Hands coming forwards and drop the elbows just an inch towards the ground to soften the shoulders, but keep the back of your head pushing up so we don't get this scrunching into the back of the neck here. Think long through the back of the neck. Good. So keep traveling the back of the neck long. Those of you with the neck tension that keeps continually building, you have this occipital nerve going through the back of the neck that attaches to the back of the skull through to the shoulder. So when we try and drive the head forwards here, it compresses into that space, which is why it always feels a little bit tight and a little bit on. Also contributing could be that roll in of the shoulder and the tightness of the lats. So keep the back of the neck open. And breathe into the lower torso. Now keep the left hand forwards, maybe just slightly wider, rolling. So lift up the back knee, tuck toes, lift the back knee, and then roll to the little toe edge of the foot, coming to lounge lunge. Those of you that know where you're going with that. Right hand is going to hold this front shin. So turning in towards the front leg. That's it. Right hand holds the shin and let your back leg roll on that outer line. So you're on the little toe edge and along the outer line of the leg. Can you go longer through your left leg? Good. And sink that left hip down towards the ground. Good. Let your supporting shoulder hunch in towards your ear on this one. So you sort of propped yourself up into that shoulder. Good. Deep breath into back of the ribs. And exhale. Now slowly unwind. Step back into an all fours position from here. We're going to come into a bit of a similar setup again. So you're going to come back onto your left side. Laying on your side, you're going to have the left forearm to the floor. Your cork block between the inner thighs and send both legs out straight down the mat. Good. Other hand just resting to the floor, okay? So keep pushing into the left forearm, lift up out of that shoulder now so the underneath side of your torso feels quite active. So legs going straight down the mats, yeah? Take a big breath in. As you exhale, squeeze the block, tuck tailbone and pull the front ribs in. You're trying to kick the legs further away from you. Inhale, soften the tension. Exhale again, squeeze the block, tuck the tailbone, and pull the front ribs in. Again, inhale, soften the tension, well done. Exhale, squeeze the block, reach the legs away from you, tuck the tailbone, pull front ribs in. Inhale, soften the tension. Take the block away to one side, bring yourself all the way down onto your front. Hands under the shoulders, press to all fours and take it through to child's pose as you exhale. Forwards to all fours, breathing in, tuck the toes, come into downward facing dog as you exhale. Deep inhale through nose. Sigh through the mouth. Lift onto your tiptoes, bring the knees to the floor. Come back into a variation of puppy. In Forrest, you call it dolphin prelude. So the elbows are going to come down, hands lightly interlacing. Drop the forehead towards the ground or onto a block if it feels more comfortable. And then we try to pick the forearms up off the floor so they come round towards the back of your head somewhere. If it feels more comfortable to keep the forearms on the ground, by all means do. Can you tuck your elbows closer towards your temples? So walk them in towards your head a little bit more. And then take your elbows further forwards towards the top of your mat, away from your knees. Now leave the elbows where they are, but drag your armpits back towards the knees a centimeter. So you get that tractioning coming through the side body. Take 2 or 3 of those shush breaths again now. Breathing in. Shush the breath out. Shh. Pull the heels up towards your sit bones. One more time. Breathing in. And shush the breath out. Shh. Slowly let the feet come down. And then unravel the arms forwards. Take your time to come out of there. Hands back under your shoulders. Take it back into your downward facing dog. Left leg is going to come forwards to between the hands. Back knee comes down to the floor. Good. Bring arms up towards the ceiling, pausing into it for a few breaths. You feel that tractioning with the arms pulling up the ribs away from the pelvis. And at the same time, the ribs are coming down. Little drop of the tailbone. Deep breath in. Hold the right wrist. Lift it up. Exhale, lean across towards your left side without that front knee following you. So feel this band of stretch coming through the side body. You might already feel that into the lower back. You might already feel that into the shoulders. So soften shoulder forwards a little bit if it's feeling pinchy. Now, it doesn't have to be big. Front ribs look up as you breathe in. And then exhale, the back ribs open out. Again, inhale, try to lift the front of the ribs open.
Good. And exhale, back ribs feel open. One more time. Inhale, front ribs. Exhale, back ribs. And then find the sweet spot in between and release the left hand down to a block that was somewhere around you, nearly round. Good. Onto the left side, left hand down. Good. Keep tumbling across to that side. Breathe big into that lower belly. Stretch the band open. Good. One more really big breath in. Lovely, guys. And exhale, both arms are going to come down to the inside of your front foot. Take the front foot wider to the edge of the mat and back knee further away towards the back of the mat. Good, into your lizard lunge. Walk both hands forwards a little bit and soften a bend into the elbows. Let the weight of the shoulders drop. But again, think about the back of the neck staying open. So rather than trying to force ourselves into forward folds, in particular with the chin trying to pull us in, keep the back of the neck open. It feels much more relaxed there too. Really good. Coming into lounge lunge from here. Right hand stays slightly wider. Tuck the toes at the back, lift the back knee, and roll onto the little toe edge of the foot and the outer line of your right leg. Left hand holds the front shin to pull it towards you. So you can let yourself sink into your right arm here. Right arm stays straight so it acts as just a prop up for the body. So again, you get this deep stretch through the side of the ribs and through the outer part of the hip. Good. Take a breath in and an exhale. So slowly unwind. Bring both forearms to the ground, both hands to the floor. Step back into all fours and then grab your cork block again. So you reset for that sort of compression or elongation. Right forearm comes down this time. Lay back on your right side. So the feet are stacked, one on top of the other. Bring yourself onto your elbow, onto your forearm rather than the side. Yeah. Elbow to the floor. Good. Deep inhale, flex the feet. And exhale, squeeze the block. Try and tuck the tailbone. Good. And then pull the front ribs in. Inhale, soften the tension. So a very subtle move through the body. Exhale, squeeze the block. Reach the legs away from you. Tuck the tailbone. Pull front ribs in. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the block, reach the legs away from you, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the front of the ribs in. Inhale, soften the tension. Take the block away, come back onto your front. Lift into Sphinx pose here. So both forearms to the ground. Lift the chest up, long through the back of the neck. Good. I think your chin, again, think about that feeling of it coming forwards to compress the back of the neck. Try and keep the back of the neck open. So chin back towards your throat slightly. Then drop right ear towards right shoulder and push down through your left forearm and left palm. Slowly release the tension. Bring the chin down. Roll the head across towards your left shoulder and push down into the right forearm and right palm. Soften the tension, chin comes down. Take the elbows out a little bit wider, hands a little bit more on that sort of diagonal line. Now try to stay up in the chest a little way. If it feels too much in your back, bring the head low. Left hand is going to come around to grab a hold of the left foot. So if you can keep the chest lifted in that sort of low cobra feeling, then give that a go. Good. You can hold the outer part of the ankle to begin. Now walk the palm over the line of the toes. Can you roll it without it feeling too complicated? The arm doesn't need to do a weird twizzle thing. Thumb is on top, so chest is open. So if it gets a bit twisted, bring the hand out to the side, palm is forwards, and the palm stays that way. Grab a hold of the foot. Yes, good. The chest is open. Good. And then push the foot into the hand so it helps you lift the chest open. Really nice. A deep chest opening there too. Good. Soft breath into the chest. And slowly release the chest down. Release the hold of the foot. Let it go. Both hands under your forehead for a moment. Let everything release. Give the hips a wiggle side to side. Okay, so prop yourself back up into Sphinx, so elbows to the ground, but arms slightly wider and more of a diagonal. So keeping the chest up, again, your discretion with how high that is. We take a hold of the right foot on the outer part of the ankle to begin. And then when you feel ready, if it feels okay this side, open the palm out and then bring the palm to catch the inner arch of the foot. So it holds the chest open too. Press the foot into your hand slightly so it opens along the pec and let the breath then come into it. So it's not pulling so hard, it's catching or restricting the breath. You smooth the breath out into it. Good. Glutes stay on a little bit to keep tractioning lower back to be supported. Good. Breathe into the center of your chest. And as you exhale, slowly release the foot. Bring the hands under the forehead. Again, let everything go. Rock side to side, rocking of the legs, hips. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Press to all fours. And gently fold it back towards child's pose. Back into all fours, breathing in. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to down dog. Right leg lifting away from the ground, breathing in. And as you exhale, come through to pigeon. Knee behind the right wrist, foot towards the left. Send back leg away. And forearms again coming into the ground. Tuck the toes at the back and lift up through the back knee. So more of an active line in the back leg for a few breaths. Good. And then take a deep inhale. Exhale, relax the back knee down. You're taking your right hand around a little bit further so the chest comes to look at that front knee a little bit more. Option from here, that right hand is going to reach back and pick up the back foot. So now a closed twist, pick up the back foot. If that feels tricky and that you want to go around the other way, it's also just as well much of an option for the left hand to grab the back foot too. So it'll feel very familiar to the one we've just done, the chest opening version. Good. If it just feels tricky both ways or the knee doesn't want to go there tonight, then just let it go. Find a place that gives you benefit. It gives you ease. And you can mix it up with something else. We have about another 6 breaths here. So if you want to switch the arms or come back into the center, open this knee slightly up towards the right side. Good. And then think lifting your chest forwards a little bit. Good. And just press into the back of my hand and just look down slightly. I think going longer here. I think pushing up from here. Good. And then can you bring the shoulder blades down? Open out that line. And then relax your head completely from here. Slowly take it back into all fours. And downward dog. Lifting left leg up. Take a breath in. Exhale through to pigeon.
Back leg is active for the first 2 or 3 breaths. Forearms to the floor, so keep the toes tucked and lift up the back knee. Breathe wide. And back knee coming down. Take the body across towards that front knee, so turn slightly on the diagonal. And then maybe left hand reaching back for the foot, or the right hand if that feels a little bit more open, or neither hand if that feels just the better option. About another 6 full breaths. Slowly take it back into all fours. Take yourself through to seated, however feels good to get there. And lay down for Shavasana. Pop any layers on if you want to, the body temperature will drop. If you want to twist or hug your knees in or take a cartwheel or anything you need to do before you Shavasana, then do what you need to do. Notice into your feet, your ankles, the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, your hips, your lats, your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, your wrists, back of hands, palms of hands, fingertips. Your chest, neck, throat, tongue, jaw, sides of your head, back of your head,
crown of your head, forehead, the nose, the tunnel between the nose and the back of your skull, your breath, the whole body, the whole body, whole body. And come back to your breath with a fuller, more expansive feel. And slowly beginning to move your feet or your hands or your breath. Maybe reaching to a full body stretch or pull the knees closer in towards you, whatever feels intuitively comfortable to move. Slowly bringing your weight upright to any comfortable posture that feels good. And placing one hand to your heart and one hand to the ground. And welcoming a sense of release through your body this evening. One of my favorite Anna Forrest phrases is you cannot strengthen into a tight muscle, physically or metaphorically. So welcome that ease and space as we step into this new month, a new moon, a new season approaching. Thank you so much for getting to the Shala. Namaste. Thank you. Well done, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Savvy. Mm.